Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? You're here with John from John's Gold and Silver.
You're not in their plans. If you're not visible, you're not valuable. So they do whatever it takes to be seen. They speak up. They take bold actions. They create moments people can't ignore. They don't wait for permission to be noticed. They demand it. Machiavelli once said, men judge generally more
We are live.
by the hand. For everyone can...
And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Price of gold is surging once again. Feels like the good old days of a couple months ago. Gold was just flying. So now we're having a resurgence of the gold price. Is it headed back to another record high? Well, we're very close. We're very close. I'm all in ICP, $65,000. That's too much money to put into it. Dude, you don't, depends what you paid for it. I don't know how much you paid for it, dude. If you bought it at $3, that's a hell of a deal. But if you bought it at $9, you know, because the thing is, it might keep going down here. It might go down to like $5, but then I do think it will go a lot higher. You know, just so you know, usually I just keep this information for the Patreon members, but I haven't had time to do a Patreon video. So I sold like 30% of my ICP. That couple nights ago, about 2 days ago, it was at $9 and something, and I noticed that it should have been going closer to 10, 10.50, and it didn't do that in the time frame that I believed it should have. So I began selling off some ICP at about $9 and change, and then I kept on selling it on the way down. It was like 9, sold some, 8.75, sold some, 8.50, I sold some. I sold a little bit more at $8, and then I stopped selling. So if we keep going down, I'm going to buy more ICP. And if we go up, then that means I obviously made a mistake, and I could still buy back what I sold if I decide to. But I sold a little bit of my ICP. I still think it's going to $500, but it might come back down a little bit. Well, I was right. It did. It did come back down. Right now, ICP, the best cryptocurrency in the world, I believe it is. It will overtake all other cryptos. It's $7. So we could keep going lower. I think we could keep going a little bit lower. Or we could start surging up towards 12 to 15. Basically, you want to be in this market. You want to have some ICP. I would not go without it. Okay, if you don't have ICP, I would pick up some. $4.50. That's a good price. Greetings from Miami. Hey, dude, I want to come to Miami and visit you. I would love to live in Miami, dude. We got to link up or something, dude. You got a place for me to stay, dude? I'll move over to Miami. I'm not joking. Waiting to go to 5 to buy some ICP. It might dip down to 5. It might. It might. Silver is on a tear today. Yes. Gold leads the way, and then silver is obviously chasing after gold. Silver is going crazy, guys. That reminds me, I got to change this thumbnail. I was taking my channel towards more of the personal training. Like this was like a few months ago. Because gold was like kind of quiet, and I was like, yeah, gold's gonna skyrocket, but I don't know when. Should be soon. So I was focusing more on the personal training on my channel, and then all of a sudden gold started to surge. So then I started making all my videos about gold, and then it quieted down again. But now today, gold is back. And silver's up over $2 an ounce. Okay, guys, so silver investments include AGQ. That's the silver leveraged ETF. Okay, AGQ. This is a way to get leverage on silver. I really like this one. AGQ. Another good silver stock is called First Majestic. AG. It's very simple to remember. That's actually the periodic symbol for silver, AG, okay? So buy some AG, buy some AGQ, buy a little bit of physical silver, and then I think you'll be covered for silver. I also like a lot of other silver stocks. Hecla Mining, the symbol for that one is HL, Hecla. They're the only pure silver miner in America, I believe, or like in North America. HL, that's a really good one. All right, guys, whenever I say a stock, write it down. And whenever you guys tell me about a stock, I usually write it down as well, or a cryptocurrency. So, 83 last I checked. Oh, $50.83. No. It's $50.53 right now. But it depends where you look. If you look on some bullion websites, they'll tell you that the silver price is actually a little bit higher. I use kitco.com, okay? KITCO. That's where I check for silver prices. Here, I'll show you. Price of silver, $50.44, but it tells you right here it's actually $50.52. So yes, it is on a tear today. Just look at that. That's 48 right there. That's 48. So yeah, silver is doing really well. 67. Some people say silver is like $67 in Canada or something like that. There's different pricing for Canadian dollars. I think in Canada, silver might be 67. Or he's just saying 67. I love King Von. Well, that's okay. It's a 2 times leveraged gold. AGQ is 2 times leveraged silver. Okay, AGQ. We got CoreWeave, Harrow Inc., and Wolf earnings tonight. Yeah, 4:30. Wolf earnings at 4:30. So I do believe we should be in these markets. We should hold some crypto miners. It's okay to be out of the markets too, to keep some of your money on the sidelines in case we get a dip. All right? Remember, you got to have money for a dip. And dips can come out of nowhere. So you got to be ready. So yeah, I'm excited about the earnings. We're going to see, we need Bitcoin to keep going higher. The crypto miners are going to be limited on their gains because Bitcoin is limited right now. We got to get more rate cuts. We have to keep getting more rate cuts without getting an economic crash. If we get a crash, everything's going to go down. My feeling is that we're already in a recession and they're just propping up the markets, and I think it's all manipulation, but why not get in on the manipulation? We can make money too, The markets are going to keep going higher until they don't. I bought 300 grams of gold this month. That's why I don't attend in your stream. This guy bought 300 grams of gold. That's a good investment. I got my gold right here. Yes, gold, silver, and platinum. Should invest in all three. Usually people like to have like a lot more silver and then they have a little bit of gold, a little bit of platinum. I think that's the best way to go. Silver's the best. As I always say, silver is the poor man's gold. And there's a lot of poor men out there that want to preserve their capital, okay? So a lot of poor people like me and everyone else in the country, they're going to turn to silver when they see that the dollar is rapidly inflating, okay? I think we're going to have hyperinflation. Wolf beating estimates by earnings whispers is a miss. I have feelings that TeraWolf earnings is going to be low because they just did this Google deal. They're not going to be making that much money yet. They just did this deal. They just did another deal too. So that revenue is not really going to be coming in yet. I have a bad feeling that the earnings are going to be pretty bad. But the only good thing is that Bitcoin price is up, so they're going to be getting a lot of Bitcoin on the books, and who knows how much Bitcoin they sold and report it as revenue. I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is I'm taking a risk. We're going to make some money, I hope. Yeah. Add Q&A sticker. Weather like there. I don't know what this is, guys. I'm going to try it, though. I don't know what that is, guys. I'll just... Okay, screw that. So yeah, silver is up to $50.50. I was thinking about selling a tiny bit of my silver ETF to have a little bit more money to throw at a car. Because you guys haven't been donating enough for my car. I need a car because it's starting to snow. I already showed you guys my motorcycle. It's covered in snow right now. I had to walk to the grocery store to get my breakfast. When I come back home, my feet are soaked. All right, guys. We got a GoFundMe. You can join my GoFundMe and help donate to my car. $2,000 stimulus, yes. No, guys, we're going to get a $50,000 stimulus. You guys are so gullible. No. Some people are very gullible. If I say we're getting 100 grand, they'll be like, oh yeah, let's do it. We're getting 100 grand. Trump said $2,000 stimulus this morning. No. No. I heard that Trump says $2,000 stimulus checks coming and what it could mean for Nevada. Nevada. Conversations about new stimulus checks are spreading again after Donald Trump, a dividend of $2,000 a person, funded by the tariffs. Before, the dividend was going to be funded by the Doge team, the Doge dividend. Now it's a dividend that's funded by the tariffs. Trump posted on Truth Social Sunday, "We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt." Honestly, they should have already began paying it down because he's been having the tariffs on for months now. So this is just a BS statement by Trump, you know. He's just talking to the people and hoping that they believe it. But those of us who are intelligent know that he's lying. A dividend of at least $2,000 per person. He's not necessarily lying on everything that he says. I do believe, guys, just listen to me. I fully do believe they will have helicopter money. That means that they will give us free money. I don't know what they're going to call it. Doge dividend. That didn't seem to work out yet, but maybe it will. Tariff dividend. I don't know what they're going to call it. But I do not believe we will get this $2,000 right now. The economy doesn't call for it. You see, in the past, whenever we've gotten free money from the government, it's only during a severe economic recession. Okay? So yes, the government will give us free money again. It'll probably be between $2,000 and $5,000 or something. And it'll probably be within a couple of years when the economy collapses. So they will give free money. But I'm not knowing what it's going to come from. Obviously, they're going to give it to the people when the economy is like way down, when people's stock accounts are way down. But don't count on the free money from the government. You know, you got to be able to survive without it. $5,000 is crazy. $2.1 trillion deficit. A tariff refund doesn't even make sense. Yeah, that's kind of... Maybe he's saying this to try to boost up the economy. Because look, boost up the stock market. Because the stock market just went way up today. So, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to boost the markets, saying anything positive that he can think of. Even though we probably won't get this. Trump's post on Truth Social indicated that $2,000 dividend would be sent out. However, there were a few details included in the post he has yet to say. Congress still has to approve it. Okay, yeah, we'll see. Congress will approve helicopter free money, but only when the economy is way, way down. Okay? When there's more unemployment, Yeah, the government's going to give us free money, but we don't need to even think about that or worry about that right now. I'll talk about that as the time approaches, once the recession comes on stronger, okay? We are in a recession, and it's going to get worse. And as the economy gets worse, the stock market's going to go higher. Okay, I could use that free money I spent my rent on DraftKings. Yeah, a lot of people are obsessed with that stock. It's just a gambler's paradise, you know. They need to revalue the gold revenue to revalue the debt. Yeah, they might do that. Maybe that's Trump's plan. I think Trump's going to say that all the gold is in Fort Knox. Like right now, they're loading up Fort Knox with the gold. They're shipping it in. And then they're going to show everybody that the gold is there. And then they're going to probably revalue gold at the same time. And then it's going to help boost up the stock market right before the crash. That'll be the final. There's going to be final events that take place that cause the stock market to go straight up. That's going to be one of them, as I believe that all the gold will be there. Okay? So the gold is not there, but they're bringing it in. They're bringing in the gold into Fort Knox. That's the most bullish thing they could say for the stock market. All the gold is there. And then they can revalue it, and then all of a sudden, the U.S. debt is like, it's countered by all the gold. What do you think the stock market would do? I think that's their final plan. I think that's the goal. And when they shoot up the stock market, all the insiders, that's going to be their time to get out, because that's going to create the most volume, okay? Now, I don't know what other news is going to be associated with the stock market going straight up, but we will see when it happens, okay? They need to, so statutory rate of gold in reserve is $42.88 an ounce. Yeah, that's what the government's like valuing their gold at, but they're going to revalue the gold. And when they revalue the gold, it's going to make the stock market surge. That's my theory, okay? I have said that for probably over a year and a half, that they're going to revalue the gold and the stock market's going to go straight up. But when they do that, that's your chance to sell and to buy puts. So this is all going to be coming. There's going to be a lot of crazy things that happen in our lifetimes, okay? And it's going to get even crazier than you can ever imagine, I believe. And I'm going to be here with you guys every step of the way to talk about it. So let's take another look at gold. Gold looks like it's up $110 on the day. 110 bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if gold dropped down to 4,090, and then we could surge back up to 4,150 by tomorrow. Okay, when gold starts to move, when it starts to get momentum, it's not going to stop, and I think it's getting that momentum again. It's not going to stop until it gets severely overbought, like we had. Gold was way overbought, and now it's not. So it can actually start going higher again. What happened when gold crashed is that they have reestablished the wall of worry. A lot of people sold. They said, I'm going to get out. And now when gold goes back to 5,000, 6,000, all those people are going to come rushing back in. And that's when the insiders then get out. You know, the people that... It's all about manipulation, okay? Do the Wolf earnings call. I think he wants me to go live for the Wolf earnings call. I don't know where to see the earnings call. I don't know how to see that. I just know that they're going to have it at 4:30 today. Yeah, I have no idea how to see it. It's going to be today, leading owner at 4:30 p.m. Yeah, that's all I know. I don't know what's going to happen, but TeraWolf is at $14.30. I have option calls at 12 bucks. And I bought them when this thing was like $3. So I'm you know, obviously I hope it goes up, but I already sold so many that if it goes down, I took enough profit off the table. That's how you got to do it, you know, with options. You sell some, you take back all the money that you originally invested, plus a little bit of profit, so that you're sustainable and you're making enough income that you can pay your bills, and then you let the rest keep on riding. Okay? Do you recommend doing covered calls on Wolf? No. Because if the stock tanks, you're going to want to buy those calls back right away. You're going to be losing money. You're going to be in a panic mode if it starts to go down. Because there's a chance that TeraWolf's not going to keep going higher. After this earnings call, it could drop to like $7 or $8. Okay. Plus, Bitcoin is not supportive right now. Bitcoin's fairly weak. Bitcoin is not supporting TeraWolf. This is very bad. I think that there's a good chance that TeraWolf is actually going to go down. But I obviously hope we go a lot higher. Go to the website and click the link. But yes, you do want to be selling covered calls that have an upward bias like TeraWolf. But yeah, it could crash. Okay, TeraWolf website. It's not on here, you know. Where's the earnings call? I gotta say, that's a heck of a website. You know, I told you these guys would be insane. They got freaking people on the board that are from gold and silver and mineral mining. So these guys are legit that are running TeraWolf. They got a legitimate freaking board. They got so many good members on it that know what they're doing. This thing, you could almost say it can't go down, but they can still dump it so that the insiders will buy more stock up, obviously. On the right, he says. Is it connect investors? Company info. SEC filings. Preferences. There's nothing. It just says the connect. Financial info. Investors, operations. It's dumping hard. It's at $14.30. It's not dumping. Down $1.20, huge losses. Yeah. Yeah, the company's been growing. They've been investing all their money into their infrastructure. So it's not like they're probably not going to have that much free cash, you know. I think that TeraWolf's got the potential to go to $100, but I think it's going to take time. For sure. It's definitely going to take time. Yeah, gold today is still holding out strong. Financial info, then financial results. There is no financial info. Either way, we'll see what happens. Minus $1.13 per share. Yeah, it's probably going to be bad. That's why I sold a lot of mine, but we will see. You never know. You never know. Sometimes they could have bad earnings, but the stock still goes up because everyone's going to bet against it. So that's why they'll manipulate it higher, wipe all those people out. So it's a 50-50. The thing could tank or it could go up to $25. Wolf Investor Relations. Wolf Investor Relations. Let's see. Media overview. Stock info. Wolf earnings call. Come on. I don't know how to do it. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't care to watch it. I'll just wait and see what happens. I'm not going to buy or sell any more stock for at least a few days. I want to see what happens after the earnings comes out and we get some kind of a response. I am becoming a millionaire from gold and silver. Yep, just hold your gold and you're gonna be a millionaire. Gold is the best way to get rich. All right, guys, I gotta cook some food. So I'll see you soon. I already reported a loss, it looks like. Yeah, that's the way she goes. Must have been rumors and stuff like that. That's why the stock is kind of low compared to where it could have been. Probably rumors were holding it down. Yeah, well, there's always next earnings. There's always next time, right? They missed earnings by 126%. That is a kick in the balls. All right, guys. Well, I'll catch you guys later. We'll see how the stock does. We'll do some more gold updates later. See what happens to gold and silver today. All right.